Margaret Dawson had always loved her little routines. For over 35 years, she woke up at 6 a.m., packed lunches for her children, sipped her tea near the kitchen window, and walked to work at the local library. Her days were full, not busy in a rushed way, but full of purpose. Every evening, she'd cook dinner, fold laundry, read a few chapters of a book, then drift into sleep like turning the final page of the day. But after retiring at 67, everything changed. At first, it felt like a well-earned rest. No alarm clocks, no traffic, no need to be anywhere. She thought she would sleep better than ever. But within a few weeks, the silence of her new life became loud. Nights stretched endlessly. Her body lay in bed, but her mind wandered over old memories, missed chances, long-gone friends, or the future that seemed unclear now. She stared at the ceiling for hours, watching shadows shift with the streetlight outside. Even when she managed to fall asleep, she would wake up feeling tired, foggy, and out of sync. She tried everything: warm milk, herbal teas, soft music. She even bought a white noise machine that claimed to mimic ocean waves, but it only made her miss vacations she hadn't taken in years. She saw her doctor, who suggested sleep aids. They worked for a while, but left her feeling groggy and dull the next morning. This can't be the answer, she thought. One afternoon, while visiting a local community center, she sat beside an older woman during a wellness workshop. The woman, named Carol, spoke about how journaling before bed had helped her clear her mind and fall asleep peacefully. Margaret was skeptical. Writing in a notebook seemed too simple, almost childish. But something about the calm in Carol's voice stuck with her. That night, just before bed, Margaret opened an old notebook she had kept from her library days. She wrote a few lines about her day. Nothing deep, just small thoughts. Took a walk in the park. The wind was cool, saw a robin. It felt strange but soothing, like she was talking to someone, but in the quiet safety of the page. She did it again the next night, and the night after that. Over time, she noticed something. Her thoughts no longer bounced wildly when her head hit the pillow. She had already released them onto the page. The act of writing, even just 5 or 10 minutes, became a quiet ritual. Some nights she wrote about memories, other nights worries, and sometimes she wrote letters she'd never sent, to her younger self, to her late husband, to the version of herself she was still figuring out. After about 2 weeks, Margaret found herself falling asleep faster. Not immediately, but gradually, gently. The knot in her chest loosened. Her mornings felt lighter. The dark circles under her eyes faded. She started waking up before the sun, sitting by her window again, sipping tea like she used to. Journaling didn't solve everything. She still had hard days, but she no longer carried all her thoughts to bed. She left them on paper, where they stayed safe until morning. Months later, she shared her experience at the same community center. A few others took up the habit. Some wrote prayers. Others made gratitude lists. A few simply doodled. Margaret had discovered that healing doesn't always come in pills or products. Sometimes it comes in the quiet scratch of pen on paper. In reflection, in stillness, in showing up for yourself when the world is asleep. In her golden years, Margaret learned something unexpected, that even after retirement, even after raising a family and saying goodbye to her old roles, she could still grow, still learn, still rest in a way that mattered. And every night since, she closes her notebook, turns out the light, and whispers a simple sentence to herself: let it all go for now. Tomorrow's another page.